Hi, this is Jeff Lindsay for Private Rules. We're at the website myprivaterules.com, where I'm about to explain how to use our two demo sites to experience the power of private rules to enhance your security. The concept of private rules is that you get to choose secret rules that guide your login experience, adding a secret sauce. If the secret sauce is there, you can get full access when you log in with your password. And if the secret sauce is not there, someone else using your password will not be able to gain full access to your account. You can choose whether it's limited access or feigned access or denied access if that secret sauce is missing. I'll show you what we mean. First, I want to point out that this website, My Private Rules, talks about how these principles work and also points out that we've got a promotion going on with $1 trillion of cosmic cash being offered for simply creating your account and giving the system a try. Let's go on now to the websites. First Cosmic. This is First Cosmic Bank. When you create a new account here, you go down here to New User, click on Click Here, and let you log in. You get a verification email, and once that's authenticated, you can then enter your credentials here. By the way, this is a tongue-in-cheek concept, but the cosmos is yours at First Cosmic Bank, as you're about to see. Because once you create your account, you get $1 trillion, believe it or not, $1 trillion in cosmic cash, which has a current value of approximately 0, but who knows how high it will go. Once you get your account, you now have a bank account number, a unique identifier. So you've got $1 trillion. How are you going to protect it? Well, if you go to Advanced Settings, you'll see there's an opportunity to link to a Private Rules account. Before we can link to a Private Rules account, we want to create a Private Rules account at privaterules.com. So you go to privaterules.com, you can either log in or register. The registration process, clicking on the registration button, you simply input your name, your email, and then a password. You confirm it, enter the CAPTCHA queue, register, and you've then created an account. Once that account is created, we can then log in. So I'm going to do that with the same email address as I already used. I'm using the same password, but you don't need to do that. It's actually probably not a good practice. And I'm going to log in. When I log in, I see this page. It displays my account's information and says no accounts have been created yet. Well, it's a good time to add an account. So we have a list of banks here that are currently collaborating with Private Rules, and, well, short list. First Cosmic Bank is there, however. And now we enter the account ID. Going back to the overview of my account, I can see at First Cosmic, there's my bank ID number. I go back and add that or copy that into my Private Rules site and create rules, or create an account in my Private Rules that will govern the First Cosmic Bank account. It won't govern it yet because we need to go into First Cosmic Bank and link back to Private Rules, but at least we have the database being set up where we can specify particular rules to govern this account. Let's go back to First Cosmic and I'll show you how to make that link back to Private Rules. You go here to Advanced Settings. Advanced Settings gives you the option to link a Private Rules account. So I click on the button, Link Private Rules Account, and up comes an authorization request. It says First Cosmic is requesting permission to access your account. So this is now, you can see this has now gone to the privaterules.com website and wants permission to authorize. This will link the two accounts. Click Yes, Authorize, and looks like we're good. Now Advanced Settings will show that we're connected. There's the connected account, AICHE bio, and you can disconnect it if you wish, but that gives you basic information. Let's go to Private Rules now and see what we do to create these Private Rules. Click on the Rules button, and we can see we have 4 tabs up here. The General tab shows up by default, and it shows us that the default setting is to have feigned access if the hidden clue or the secret sauce is missing when I log in or when someone logs in. I can also choose no access, and in other embodiments described in the patents, there can be various levels of limited access. For example, if it's a credit card, you can specify that the credit card has only be used for a certain amount within a certain distance from home. Most of other options are available, of course. But for now, we're just going to use feigned access. And the feigned access is this. When they log into First Cosmic Bank and don't include the secret sauce at the login during login, it'll look like they're in. They'll see they're in, it'll show an amount, but the amount shown will be $1,000, not $1 trillion. And they won't be able to transfer it or spend it or do any harm to you. So you can set up the account to do all sorts of different versions of feigned access, and you can make the feigning or the limitation of the site show up as apparent technical glitches, or the computer gets really slow, or the website gets really slow, or other things can happen. But the idea is stop them from doing harm, but let them think they're in. Let them think they've got your website or your account. So let's look at the other three tabs. These are current embodiments or current versions of the secret sauce, the hidden or covert clues that need to be present to fully authenticate your access to the account. The first one, and one of my favorites, is CAPTCHA. With CAPTCHA, let's first enable this rule. You have several options here on what to do. They all basically are deliberate errors that you make when you enter the CAPTCHA. But the errors can be subtle and difficult to detect or notice. For example, one of this third choice, opposite case. That means, let's pick, for example, character 5. When I'm typing in the CAPTCHA that I see at First Cosmic, when I come to the CAPTCHA for the fifth character, let's just log out and show you how this works. When I come to the CAPTCHA for that fifth character, here the fifth character would be X. I would type in JMPD instead of lowercase x. I would do the opposite case, uppercase X instead of lowercase x. So someone looking over your shoulder would be really unlikely to detect that any fishy business has gone on as you're doing this. Fifth character, change the case. Or you might make it the first character or the third character, whatever you wish. When you do that, that authenticates you and gives you full access to the account. The other choices include replace a character, and this is one of the this can also be powerful or fun. You can now choose a character, such as, it might be the number 1 or the letter A, whatever it is, and change, let's say, the third character in that string of 5. The CAPTCHA being presented at First Cosmic Bank has a string of 5 characters. And now, according to this rule, the third character, I'll just change it to an A, regardless of what it really is. Type an A in that space. That's my deliberate mistake. And I think my favorite option is the added character at a certain position. And the added character I like best, personally, is the trailing character in position 6, adding a character there and making that character be a space. Here you can type a space and it will recognize that a space has been typed. But when you come back to review your rules, you might not realize that you've typed anything there. And to avoid confusion, we also have this option, type the double caret, and that will be interpreted as a space according to the rule, according to the programming for this website. And let's do that. We're going to now click Update. That means we've just selected this rule to take that sixth space, the trailing, the last character, add a space there, and that's the secret sauce. Let's go see if that works. Let's go to First Cosmic. Let me refresh the page here. Okay, so we've got our, type in the password. Here's our CAPTCHA, QMNXG, and now the trail, if I don't type in anything else and try logging in, what happens? I typed in the CAPTCHA right, gave it what it wanted, but when I go in now, I've only got $1,000. What happened to my trillion? Well, this is the feigned access that I mentioned. Let's go back and log out and try this again. Okay, and we do Q, M, T, Z, D, and type a space. Very difficult for someone looking over your shoulder to know that that has occurred. And now when I click the login key with that extra space, according to my secret sauce, bingo, I've got my $1 trillion safe and sound thanks to private rules. Okay, going back to private rules, I'll explain. We've got a couple other tabs here. You can have you can have 1, 2, or 3 of these options present if you want to add more security. Of course, it makes it a little more difficult at login to keep track of everything. One of the so I'm going to take CAPTCHA right now and disable that. Let's go look at the time setting. On time, enable the rule, I have a couple of options. One is the look at the digits in the seconds of the timer. What does that mean? I'll show you in a second. Let's pick the number 7. Okay. And update. So it wants to find 7 in the seconds of First Cosmic. Let's go to First Cosmic, log out, and we're going to log in again. Get back to the right email. Okay, notice down here there is a seconds. It's looking in a timer, I mean, and in the seconds column, or the seconds field, 24, 25, 26, 27, 7 showing. Click on the login button, and boom, we're in. Now, if I click at a different time where that 7 is not visible, let's see what happens. Do the same thing. We've got our email, enter the CAPTCHA, FXXDR, and now I'm going to click right now. The 7 was not showing, and we get feigned access. So it's looking for a particular digit to be present among those 2 digits that are in the seconds field of the timer that's present on the login page. Okay, let's go back to private rules, and there's another timing option I want to point out, and that is the delayed submit. Here you can enter a number of seconds, let's say 17 seconds. Looking at the timer, if you are within 1 or 2 seconds of 17 seconds when you hit the login button, then it's going to take that as full access, or authentication for full access. If someone hits that button after 10 seconds or 8 seconds, it's not going to let them in. It's going to give feigned access. Let's talk about the other option here, which is position. And this is very simple. It's the position relative to that login button back at First Cosmic. You can choose, for example, button letters, and I can say for full access I need to click right on the letter G or on the letter N of the LOGIN on the button. Or I can say button corners, upper left, lower right, and so forth. The 4 corners of the button, I can specify those. And you need to get pretty close to those corners. So straightforward. Click on that right letter to get full access. And again, you can have position be one. That might be an easy one to remember. Like always click on G for you, and then also go ahead and add the CAPTCHA and have both rules be present in order to gain full access. This is the basics of the private rules system, and I hope you'll have fun trying this. Also looking forward to your suggestions. If you go to myprivaterules.com, the introductory website, down at the bottom there is a contact area where you can enter your information and a message and let us know what you think. Give us any tips you have. We are working to commercialize this, to bring it to a number of businesses to help them strengthen their security. We also have an interesting couple of opportunities for iPhones and Android phones to enhance the login experience there, to add security with the secret sauce. So if you're interested in either helping us to develop this or commercialize it, have suggestions or tips for improvement, we'd love to hear from you. please leave us a message. This is again Jeff Lindsay for the Private Rules System. Thank you very much for listening.